Yes guys, Max here, back again with a brand new video, and welcome to the new setup. It's looking pretty nice, not yet complete obviously, there's still a few things to go over, but it's looking even better than it was before. You might be saying, why have you done this? Because I wanted to. But enough of me rambling on about the setup. You're going to see it in pretty much every video from now on. I've also got a big TV in front of me now as well, so live watch-alongs for certain games. Bring some guests in to watch the games with me. Let me know what you think. But today we're talking about Arsenal and the recent form they have been on. They've been cooking, haven't they? They are on fire. I want to just cast your mind back to February. We're still in February, aren't we? Yeah. I want to cast your minds back to the 4th of February. That's a specific date I want to cast your mind back to, because Arsenal hosted Liverpool in a big game for the title race, which is still a thing now. They're still in it. Arsenal, Liverpool are still in the title race along with Manchester City. But this was a very important game for Arsenal. After they drew in the reverse fixture at Anfield 1-1, and then Liverpool knocked them out the FA Cup a few weeks later, Arsenal needed to win this game. It's a massive one for the title race, like I said. And they did. They went on to win it. They showed great character. 3-1 win against Liverpool. Unbelievable result for them. And just based off that result, I think Arsenal, genuinely, after watching that game against Liverpool, for me, the most exciting team to watch in the Premier League. And you'll see from the next results that happened weeks following, that is the case. I mean, they put 6 past West Ham the week later. That was mad. I predicted Arsenal to win that game quite convincingly. I think I predicted 4-0. 6, however, is another story. 6 goals in any Premier League game away from home is mad. But West Ham, they're a top-half team. They were, scrapping it around for these European places, which they still are. They're still up there. They're still in for contention for these places. And Arsenal made light work of them. I think they were 4-0 up at half-time, wasn't they? So, yeah, they breezed past them. It's the way they were just relentless. I mean, West Ham didn't turn up on the day, but even against Liverpool the week before, Arsenal were relentless in both of those games. And I think Mikel Arteta has got them playing some brilliant football. Last season, obviously, Arsenal were top of the league in the Premier League for 3/4 of the season. I mean, unbeaten at the start of the year before they played us, Manchester United, and then they lost. But even after that, they still continue to progress and, build a sort of foundation. Mikel Arteta was building a foundation there. It was a bit surprising to see Arsenal in that position, like fighting for the title last season. And obviously they did go on to bottle it, unfortunately, because I would have preferred them to win it over Man City, but I digress. This season, it looks like they're a lot better defensively. It looks like, last year they were scoring a lot of goals. They're still scoring a lot of goals this year, but last year they also conceded quite a few goals. And I think this year they've sort of built on a defence. Obviously, they've brought in players like Timber, who's not yet to make an appearance in the Premier. Well, I think he did on the first game, didn't he? Before getting injured, unfortunately. So again, he's a big sign. He's a player I've wanted at United for a long time. So Arsenal still got him out on the injury bench. So they've still got loads of players to come back into the team. The defence, Saliba and Gabriel complement each other really well. I think Gabriel's gone under the radar for the last few years. And I think this season he's sort of, shown what he can do. A very good dominating left centre half, and he complements Saliba really well. He's not the quickest Gabriel, but then you've got Saliba. He's got the power, the speed, the tenacity. He's got everything, Saliba. He's genuinely, for me, top 3 centre-backs in the world. They've struggled at full-back a little bit, but they've swapped and changed Kivior, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Zinchenko. They've swapped an awful lot this season. So, again, they've got bags of players who can come into those positions. I think that is one area Arsenal will probably look to improve in the summer, but for now, I think they're solid defensively. They showed that the week after a 5-0 thumping away at Burnley, another emphatic result. Ødegaard chipping in with some goals. It's, everyone's sort of chipping in with goals, which is good to see at Arsenal. Trossard getting on. He doesn't start that many games, but when he comes on, he tends to score a few goals. Bukayo Saka's in goal-scoring form now. Is he world-class? That's a debate for another day. Let me know in the comments, though. Martinelli providing a few goals. He started to score again recently, so it's good to see the attacking players, chipping in with goals for Arsenal, as well as the midfielders, Declan Rice, Martin Ødegaard, Jorginho, who I've been really impressed with recently. He's come back into the side, and he's really impressed me. He's sort of, he's got a good mind, Jorginho, and he takes his time with things he does. He picks out an unbelievable pass, I must tell you. He reads the game so well. I've been really enjoying watching Jorginho recently. Obviously, they had that disappointing defeat in the Champions League round of 16 against Porto. But again, 1-0. It was a wonder goal really to lose by. So they've still got to play them at home in the reverse fixture, and I think they'll be okay. They'll probably score 3 or 4 in that game as well and progress to the quarterfinals. I've got no issues with that. And then recently, they've just beaten Newcastle United 4-1 in the Premier League. Another dominating performance. They did concede, but another 4 goals scored. It's mad. It's mad what Arsenal are doing at the minute. And I think, are they in the title race? Obviously, can they win the title? It's up for debate. Personally, I'd love nothing more than Arsenal to win the Premier League this season. Obviously, other than Manchester United, we're not in it. We're not in for contention. We're battling for 4th place, which seems to be out the realms of possibility at the minute. But I'd take an Arsenal title win over Man City or Liverpool any day. To rain on Klopp's leaving party, unbelievable. To, stop City winning 4 in a row, unbelievable. I hope Mikel Arteta and Arsenal do end up winning the Premier League. It's going to be tough. They've got a few tough fixtures coming up as well, but I'm sure they'll bounce through. They've still got to play City as well, which is a massive game when them two play. Arsenal are currently 2 points off the top of the table behind Liverpool, 1 point behind Manchester City as well. So Arsenal can win, go top, and then Liverpool and City can draw or win, leapfrog above them. It's all very close at the top of the Premier League table. I'm excited for it. But let me know down below, do you think Arsenal can win the Premier League this season? Obviously, last year, they were, for the 3 quarters of the season, like I said, they were top of the league and they were dominating the league. A few losses to City. City caught them up in the end and they bottled it, unfortunately. This year, there's something different. I think Arsenal's team this year is a lot better than last year. You may disagree, but I mean, you can't disagree. I mean, you could, because they were top of the league last year, but they didn't have... Liverpool weren't as strong last year. You had the likes of Newcastle and United, who never really posed a threat to the title and was just hovering around 2nd, 3rd. It was only a 2-horse race last season, really. This year, it's a 3-horse race. Liverpool are back to the best. City, yet to get going. Well, obviously they have got going, but, we're not seeing the City that we normally see. Is that fair to say? I think it is. Let me know, City fans, as well. But I think Arsenal this year, they're not at the top of the league, which is, I think, where they want to be. Normally, when you're at the top, you've got that pressure on you, man, that added pressure, where you're looking down below, you're like, oh, could we get caught? Could we get caught? And you overthink things. And I think this year, they're chasing the title. They're not leading the way. They're chasing it. So they're trying to hunt down Liverpool and City, and hopefully they can pip them at some point in the season. Let me know down below, do you think Arsenal have any chance of winning the Premier League? Obviously they have a chance, but what sort of chance? Are we talking 20%, 50%, 75%? What are we talking? And that is where we're going to wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you liked the new setup. Let me know what you think of that. I'm giving a lot of comment generators, but I don't care. Deal with it. See you next time.